Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's the great Ace Attorney Chronicles once again. And in the last episode, we searched the cabin and we talked to Mr. Herlock Sholmes, and he had some insights for us which are very doubtful. But nevertheless, we still had some insights, and we talked to Hosonaga-san, which is undercover on the ship that we are on too. And he gave us permission to move to the next cabin, to the first class passageway first of all, apparently, as it seems. And we are going there and going to further our investigation right now. 9th January, 7:48 a.m., SS Buria first class cabin passageway. Whew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out there than I thought it would be. Just a second, sorry, I have to... And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on the study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. Must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. Alright, so we're gonna examine, whatever, this part of the ship too, of course. Let's start with this ship section map. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck. Look. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is that such a huge lump of metal that just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. Archipelago? Archipelago, I guess. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. True, Sato-san. Okay, let's see at the protocols. That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. Don't know if that was a compliment. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment. Naruto-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Okay, good to know. Could talk to him. I'm gonna keep that for last though. Let's have a look at the bell. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh, this I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
Aha. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
Okay. This should be our cabin, right? This is it. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in the cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me, we, need to get inside this cabin here.
The sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying, keep out.
That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe, though. Although this man's version is definitely more effective.
Doesn't look like he's going to let us pass.
That's a problem. It's also a problem that I didn't speak to him before. Maybe I missed an achievement because of that. Oh no, okay, he's gone. So let's look at our door. This is our door then. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin, it's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin in steerage is number 539, by the way.
500 and... how many cabins are there? Quite a lot, apparently. Okay, so nothing else here. There's this contraption, whatever this is. Ah, okay, it's a mouse trap.
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. What is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. Ah, I guess in East Asia, cheese isn't that common because a lot of Asian people do have, due to their genome, a lactose intolerance. And cheese and milk products aren't that common in the eastern part of the world. At least I think so. I'm not totally sure. If you know anything else about it, please just put it in the comments.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But, I suppose you're right.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in the wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Susato-san. Taking care of us. That's so sweet. You are just a sweetie. Alright, so... I guess we... Let's check out... this first? The door?
That's the way to the second class area of the ship. Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. That is true. That is true. We're gonna avenge that. Kazuma is cool. Alright, so let's talk to the sailor then. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer! That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's mate? Oh, dude, that's not cool.
Oh,
We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman, Beef Stroganoff. Okay, so this is Beef Stroganoff. Whew, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Alright, so let's talk to him about the first class cabin area. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you.
if I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
Duh, I guess. Susato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like da.
Okay, I was right.
I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no?
Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there's somebody on the next door cabin at least.
Ah, okay, that was me, sorry.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Okay, so let's talk about the passenger in the next door cabin. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimesby Roylott. Grimesby Roylott, okay. He is very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman? Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business. Okay, so let's talk about last night then. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all time, so criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Yet, I guess. Susato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
Yeah, he said niet. I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no!
Sorry.
I'm not so sure. Yeah, he seems to be hiding something. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch me eye for a moment there. Yeah, it seems like he is hiding something. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely. So we're supposed to examine once again. Now that means we can look at the log properly. So there is this. We can enter the door. So we're gonna do this first. That book on top of the table there is really huge. There's a pen with it too.
Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log.
We already talked about. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing isn't so neat and precise. We already have that. Okay, maybe because the sailor isn't there anymore. So this is considered to be a new dialogue, but it is actually not new dialogue. It's just missing a part of the old dialogue. So let's check out the cabin. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, ventilator from which Kazuma wrote.
Blah blah blah. We already had that. So now we knock. Knock knock. Who's there? So Mr. Sholmes is going to. No, he's not answering. Okay.
We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down.
Mr. Sholmes.
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? Sorry. I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Alright. What is going on? 9th January. This is Buria. First class cabin number 2. Oh, look. Who are you? A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. Okay, so this might be the woman. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out! All of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimesby Roy Lotz, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only, the actual Sherlock Holmes. You've heard of me on no doubt? No. I am a great detective among great detectives. One who owns the covers of popular magazines, no less.
So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
The man uses that magazine like a business card.
A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold to as to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk.
Don't look at me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes! The case just shook.
Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So, this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimesby Roylott? There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
So, are we supposed to... Yeah, let's talk to him first. Or her, or whatever. Alright, let's talk about last night. Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something.
No!
Oh,
I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now.
this is going terribly.
We're not getting anywhere here.
I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Okay, let's talk about the first-class cabin then, maybe? Or is he going to... Mr. Roylott would like to talk to you about something.
No!
Okay, oh, I do not want to talk, leave me alone. Okay, so we have to... Okay, we have to convince Mr. Sholmes apparently first. Let's try about the incident, but it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, it is the same thing. But maybe we get an achievement for trying to talk to him 3 times or something? Maybe? No? We didn't? Alright guys, we didn't reach the half-hour mark yet, but I'm still going to make a cut here, but I'm going to upload the next episode as soon as possible, so stay tuned for the next episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles!